Welcome to the Big 12 Digital Network's preview of the Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Basketball Championship. Now, here's Kristen Keefe and Wendell Barnhouse.
After the most competitive season in Big 12 history, the bracket is set for the Phillips 66 Men's Basketball Championship. The tournament gets underway this week from the Sprint Center in Kansas City, and the Kansas Jayhawks are yet again the #1 seed.
Well, Kristen, Kansas City is famous for things like barbecue and jazz, but it also has a great history in terms of college basketball. The Big 12 Championship that gets started Wednesday has the potential to be pretty memorable because this has been a really incredible season.
Wendell, it really has been. Kansas clinched their 11th straight regular season title and yet again lands that first seed on the bracket. But I think 7 teams have a feasible chance of making a run at the crown. And with that said, those 7 teams likely will represent the league in the NCAA tournament. But where they sit on that bracket all depends on how they play in March.
Well, we've had a lot of fun covering and talking about the league now, but it's been a 2-month grind for the players and it's been really stressful for the coaches. 90 Big 12 games and nearly 1/3 28 of those games have featured a matchup where both teams were ranked. And even with so much balance and parity, Kansas has continued that incredible streak you mentioned, winning an 11th consecutive regular season title. It's the longest winning streak for any team in this league this year, was just 5 games. All the stats and signs point to some entertaining and unpredictable games this week in KC.
Wendell, this tournament might be just as hard to predict as the NCAA tournament itself, so I'll keep my predictions to myself. But listen to what some of the league's coaches have to say about the Big 12 Championship.
Every time you step on the floor, I mean, you got to be ready to play. It's been so competitive, and even the games, you're fortunate enough to win, they come down to last possession. I mean, games you lose, they come down to last possession. So I think the biggest thing is what this conference season has done is it's helped prepare all of us for postseason play. And, I think if you ask all the coaches, you just say all the prep that you've had to do, the prep work to play against these great teams in this league, certainly helps you for the postseason run.
Well, we made the championship game 3 times, and we haven't been blessed to win that in that 4 games in 4 days, so we like trying 3 and 3. That would be that's got to be something that's important. Plus, I mean, this year, anybody you play, it's a coin flip who wins. So, 3 coin flips are a lot better than 4.
Every night, every single night, all 10 teams are especially the second half of the year, have been NCAA type teams. It's that good on a night in and night out basis. In our league, you got every style of play, whether it be zone, whether it be pressing, whether it be big teams, whether it be shooting teams, whatever it may be. This league is going to throw it at you.
Let's take a look at the schedule. 2 first-round games on Wednesday, both airing on ESPNU. First up, Kansas State takes on TCU, and then Texas will face Texas Tech, with the winners advancing to the quarterfinals on Thursday.
Now, the entire championship is going to be televised nationally on ESPN, ESPN2, or ESPNU. Now, the first 2 quarterfinal games Thursday will be broadcast on ESPN2, while ESPNU will carry the 2 second games.
Coverage continues on ESPN Network semifinals on Friday, while Saturday's championship game will be airing on Saturday night at 5 on ESPN. Now, Wendell, which bubble team needs to make a deep run in the tournament?
Well, there are really 2 teams that are on the bubble coming into the tournament. Number 6 seed Oklahoma State and number 7 seed Texas. Now, the Cowboys have lost 5 of their last 6. They've got a tough quarterfinal matchup, a repeat of Bedlam. They're going to be going up against number 3 seed Oklahoma. The Sooners have swept the season series. They're playing very well right now. Now, Texas will get a first-round game, which might be that extra victory it needs to get in the tournament. The Longhorns will face number 10 seed Texas Tech. While nothing is a guarantee, UT did win its final 2 regular season games. It appears that they're playing some of their best basketball right now. Now, if the Longhorns advance, they'll be facing number 2 seed and defending champ Iowa State. And that's tough because the Sprint Center is basically Hilton Coliseum South.
Well, we all know how competitive this conference is, with any team being able to win on any given night. So instead of a dark horse team to make a run, how about picking a dark horse player or 2 to watch?
Well, Devin Williams of West Virginia, he's the only player who can hold his own against Baylor's Rico Gathers. Those probably are the 2 biggest, strongest players in the conference. They're going to meet up in the first game in the quarterfinals. Now, Williams scored a career high against Oklahoma State on Saturday. If he's scoring and rebounding, the Mountaineers are really tough to beat. Now, Iowa State, they've got so many weapons, but Dustin Hogue often seems to be the guy who makes the key basket. Of the 6 Cyclones averaging double figures, he's number 6, but he's tops when it comes to shooting threes. He makes 44% for the Cyclones.
Make sure you check out our game previews of the Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Championship here on the Big 12 Digital Network. In addition to that, Wendell and Skylar Thomas will be on hand to analyze the games.
And keep an eye out for Kristen, who will have a feature that takes a behind-the-scenes look at the Big 12 Championship.
We'll be posting new content daily, so check in with the Big 12 Digital Network to stay up to date on what's happening in Kansas City.